Real Housewives of Atlanta, episode 10. Hey. Welcome back to Voices of Reality. I am Elisa.
Farrah.
And we are back to give you the recap and the rundown of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay. Oh, and one more thing, as we always do, thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe button. But we're going to jump right into it and unpack this episode. Let's go. Starts out with Kandi and Kenya on a play date with their daughters.
I thought it was nice seeing them together.
It was. I liked it.
Knowing the back history of Kenya and Kandi, because Kenya had troubles having a baby. Kandi had IVF. So it was nice seeing them bonding. The kids look like they get along, probably end up being friends. So it was nice seeing that, seeing Kenya being a mom.
I liked it too. You know, I don't be liking those boring episodes with the kids involved and seeing them on, but it was very quick. They didn't focus on them too much. So I was glad about that. And they got into like their little conversation here and there with Kandi and Kenya. They focused on the kids a little bit when they asked for popcorn or whatever. Kenya talked about her business issues as far as like being in CVS and not having, the problem with getting products overseas to scale up her business, like as far as like the materials, the jars and stuff. I know that issue because I had the same issue. It was definitely a big deal during COVID and even after COVID. It was like the shipping took like forever. So I get what she was saying. I was relating. I was like, girl, you too, even though I'm not on, like, I'm not in CVS yet, but I was going through those same issues. So I was relating. And I liked how Kandi was like really like, it seemed like she was about to help her.
Yeah, Kandi's the right person to talk to when it comes to business. And she looks like, what I like about Kandi is it seems like she's willing to share information. Not one of those people like, oh, I got my businesses. I don't want to show up nobody. I want to only be the only person on the show making it big. So it looks like she was giving Kenya insightful information. It also seemed like you said she was going to help Kenya out or maybe get her in touch with whoever she has that could possibly help Kenya.
Yes, I definitely. Yes, I like it too.
Her storyline is boring, but I like Kandi. Honestly, Kandi's my favorite. Down to earth and stuff. As far as being entertaining, but I like Kandi. Like overall, as a person, I like Kandi. I do like her.
I like her. Yeah, I like her when she's interacting with the group of women. On her own, I'm not too. I'm definitely ready to hit the fast forward button. Correct. When she's like talking with, her business partners, talking about whatever else, with Todd. I'm not really interested in her personal life. I like her interaction with the girls more so.
True. Agreed.
Yes. And then they went into talking about the trip. She was trying to convince Kenya, like, don't let Marlo deter her from going on the trip.
Yeah.
And she talked about how Marlo was giving up her boys. And that was basically it for that scene. She was just kind of giving her the rundown.
Yeah, it wasn't much on that episode. I think it was just nice seeing them with their kids. And Kenya not going on the trip. If you and Marlo's not getting along, why go? But again, it's more screen time for her, more drama, more probably getting a check. And I don't know if production ever like puts the pressure on them. Like, look, we really need you to go on this trip because we need to shoot the scene. And, so I don't know if she didn't go based on like she wasn't going, but then she got pressured to go. Because to me, I was like, if I don't like you and I'm arguing with you, I'm not going on your trip. But again,
not when it comes to business and my money, I will be there.
That's what I'm saying. They probably put pressure on her to go on the trip.
I don't think they put pressure on her. To me, even when I'm at my job, like no matter what, even if I don't want to be at work, if I don't want to be out there doing my own personal business, I'm going to drag myself out there because I want to substantiate my existence. I don't want people, my job, my boss, my customers, I don't want them to forget about me. So I'm definitely, it's just like with Kenya, like even if I'm on that show, I'm going to make sure my presence is known. There ain't going to be no scenes without Elisa up in there.
That's what I'm saying, because I'm thinking maybe production. I just didn't like the fact that
not production.
I'm not going. But I didn't like the fact that she wanted to make like made it all about her, which I get because it made a scene. Because she knew she was gonna probably go. Then she was, and we'll get into that, how she was texting Candy like, "Oh, is anyone asking me?" Nobody was asking for you.
Yeah, it was thirsty. I wanted it like that. Kenya messed up with that part. As an Aquarius, we don't do that.
Yeah, that was like, really, you're really trying to be famous. Like that part, I didn't like. Like, you could tell she knew she was coming. She was trying to make a scene. She wanted attention. Like, oh, is Kenya coming? Is Kenya not? Is Kenya?
Yeah.
No one was focused about her. So it was like, whatever. You're doing too much. Just show up and shut the hell up.
So the next scene was with Marlo and Candy on the phone. She was basically letting Marlo know that Candy's not coming. And that's when Marlo was like, I liked her reaction because I was waiting for her to say something slick and she didn't. Marlo kind of hesitated and she was like, I think we'll be okay. Yeah, I think we're going to be okay. She didn't say nothing slick, so I like that part. She kept it cool. Yes, we'll be okay. Next.
Yeah, she didn't care. I was surprised too. So moving right along again. No one cared about you, Kenya, Daddy. You didn't show up.
Yes. The next scene was Marlo and her sister.
I was honestly surprised to see a sister. They're like total opposite. Marlo's like glamorous and all this, fashion and name brand. And I guess I was expecting her sisters to be somewhat like her, maybe a little bit. Her sister was like down to earth. Somebody I see on the train.
Yeah, I did. I wasn't so surprised because her sister seems, like you said, down to earth. She had her uniform on. I sure was like, wait, let me see where the sister work at.
Oh, where she work?
She worked at a dentistry for children. Because it said dentist. It said something like dentistry for children.
Girl, you be noticing stuff. I didn't even notice that.
Yes, I was noticing because you could see the name. So I'm nosy. I want to be like, does she work in retail? What is on her shirt? Where's she coming from? Like you could tell she was just coming from work. And I liked it because it shows like how down to earth. She didn't need to get glammed up to go like, I'm going on TV. Let's go. I got to get glammed up. Where's the glam squad? Marlo, get them out. Like she just came on coming from work. You can tell she's about that like home life.
Yeah, she could have did a little glam though. Sorry, I'm going on national TV. I need some glam. I need some makeup. At least some lip gloss.
My sister would be like, girl, you ain't coming on TV like that.
I'm surprised Marlo didn't say nothing to her. Like, at least
that's what I'm saying.
Lip gloss, lips chapped.
I would have definitely been like, take off that dentistry uniform scrubs and come in here, come get some of this light archive stuff. And I ain't gonna have you out here looking like that. But she's not a homemaker or whatever because she works, but she got 3 kids or whatever. So, she's not about that glam life.
She's not. So I like seeing her for sister because it makes me realize once again, Marlo comes from a regular, normal, average, middle-class family, even though she tried to act like she's fabulous now. But I kind of knew, we all know Marlo comes from like tough upbringings, but it was nice to see some normalcy in her life, not just these fabulous Atlanta housewife people. You kind of see there's a regular person in her life. So watching that scene made me realize that Marlo did the right thing giving up them boys. Marlo's not cut out to be a Monty. She's not cut out to be a mother. She got a lot of issues. And what made me think she made the right decision is what her sister said to her, like, oh, you can't be saying things to those boys. She made a reference like Marlo like says things to these boys.
But wait, what did you think about before that part came up? What did you think about when she came into the room? Is that regular or is that really like, okay, I got to kick them the F out?
Now, when I saw that my kids and boys on a whole, I would say majority, I'm not saying all now, don't come after me, but you can make a comment down below, are nasty. They don't like clean like my kids. I have 2 and they don't like clean their room. You constantly have to tell them. There is a time you get fed up. But when I saw that room, oh no. That would make anybody want to kick them out. Huh?
That's not grounds to kick them out.
And let me tell you. First of all, you got to understand Marlo is not their mother. She didn't raise them. She don't have the motherly instinct. She has her house a certain way. She wanted things a certain way. Those kids, again, we don't know how they were growing up, but you can't come to somebody's house, regardless parent or not, who's raising you, who's just trying their best, and you being so nasty in that room. And I know Marlo probably told them numerous times, clean room. After a while, you get fed up. I understand. I mean, I have my own kids. I wouldn't kick them out. But if it's a kid that I didn't really raise and you being nasty in my house and I'm doing what I need to do to feed you and do other stuff, and all I'm asking you is to clean up the room, and I'm coming there every day and they're looking nasty, there's maggots starting to grow, it stinks. We need to readjust. Maybe this place is not the place for you. Maybe this is not the place for you. Maybe you need to go somewhere else and appreciate what you don't have when you over there that you have over here. So I get Marlo. And again, Marlo, I'm saying I get Marlo. What she's doing, I think for who she is probably best for the boys, because mentally Marlo's not all there. She's verbally abusive for what I'm saying. When I say verbally abusive, the stuff that she says to the kids, her sister is saying, that probably hurt their feelings. And when I say Marlo's verbally abusive, like she's verbally abusive to Kenya by saying,
yeah, but she said that. I don't know how. I think her sister was being like too nice. I felt like her sister she's not used to being on the camera. So when Marlo did ask her,
okay, do you feel like I'm bad for like saying I need a break?
I mean, everybody needs a break, but certain things I am going to honestly say I don't feel they should hear. They have feelings too. So like when you say, I'm tired of them, or I don't have to take care of y'all.
Do you think it was bad that I, kicked them out or whatever? And the sister seemed like kind of reserved in her answer and her response. She seemed like she didn't really want to get into it and say, yeah, you're wrong.
Again, she's on national TV. She don't want to ruin Marlo's reputation, which is probably ruined anyway. But again, it's the way, my whole thing is, how did she kick them out? I think Marlo probably kicked them out with anger. Like, get the hell out of here. You guys don't behave. I'm tired of you. I need a break. Get out. I can't take it anymore. You guys are driving me nuts.
Yeah.
It's like, look, we need to talk. You guys are not following my rules. I'm tired of telling you cleaning this room. You guys have a week to ship up. And if you can't, you're going to have to live with my sister. I need you guys, like, kind of let them know. Give them that opportunity to be like, and again, she could have done it. We don't know. But from how she's describing it, it was one of those, she had a breaking point and just said, get out.
I think so too. I think it was abrupt.
Yeah. So that I don't agree with, because these kids look like they've been moving around and a lot of other issues that they have. I think if it was me, I would give them a warning. Wait a minute. Okay. I guess that's the only family member, but if I were to kick the kids out, I'm going to send them in a house with other kids that they got to adjust to those kids. We don't know what age group those kids are.
And I think she only said, I don't know if it was Sheree or Candy, one of them said that like she only has like a 2 or 3 bedroom. Like it's not even like she has enough, she doesn't have enough space for them. You can tell.
And you know what really bothers me when I see these reality shows and stuff? That's your sister. Why is she not living in a mini mansion?
Well, Marlo ain't living in a mini mansion either.
She's not living in a mini mansion, true. But I guess, people come out and act like they got more money than they do, because if your sister's struggling working a 9 to 5 and you wearing $15,000 clothes, something wrong there. You can have expensive bags, you doing all this stuff, and you got a sister living in a 2-bedroom apartment, whatever, struggling. But she did say, "Oh, I'll send you some money." I was like, how much? Because 2 boys.
Yeah. And I guess it was for the boys. It wasn't like to help out the sister in life. So,
but I think that Marlo knows she's not a good influence on the boys. She's not going to be a good example for them. She's very verbally abusive, like her mother was to her.
She did say that,
she's
yeah.
Not in a good place, because again, we'll talk about when she had the argument with Kenya, when she mentioned insecurities and how damaged she is. Her raising those boys was probably not going to go well. So it's better. She probably realized, look, I'm not good with myself to kind of raise someone else. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And it's good that she recognized that, that she's not ready. And it just seems that she is afraid. Like she doesn't want to mess them up. She doesn't want to be a bad influence. So it's good that she recognized that. But I just don't think she's taking the proper steps. Like she needs to get therapy for both her and those kids. Like, I don't understand why no one is bringing this up to her. Like, it's always on other episodes where they're going to get some type of therapeutic intervention. Like, I don't understand why isn't Marlo getting therapy, not just for the boys, but for herself. That should be a part of the show.
Well, exactly. That'd be her storyline next season. Let's not forget, we got to take little steps here. She can't throw everything in one season.
I guess you don't want to be useless next season.
So the therapy and getting help, that's next season, I think.
Yeah.
We'll see progression with Marlo.
True.
As far as the boys, she did mention that, we all need counseling. One of the episodes, the little boy's like, I don't need counseling. I don't give a damn who need counseling. You going to counseling.
Exactly.
So I think with the counseling, they all need it. But again, I think she'll eventually do it. But with Marlo getting a peach, this is something she probably would use as a storyline next season. Mark my words. Let's see next season Marlo's in counseling.
Yeah.
Therapy, whatever you're going to call it.
It was profound when she did say that my mouth can be lethal. And I try not to take it out on the boys. So Kenya is like the next best thing. So it showed me that, wow, she recognized that she's like projecting.
Yeah, but I can't believe she said Kenya. Like, you know you're doing this to this woman. Like, she knows she's doing this. So it's not subconsciously she's doing it. She knows she's doing it. You know, when you're doing stuff, you might be like, oh, I don't realize I'm doing it. She knows exactly. It's like she's probably in therapy. Like, she knows she's doing it, and she knows who she's doing it to. But I don't think
she knows in the moment, though. I think she's so like angry in that moment where she goes like, you know, if you step on somebody's foot and they take out a gun and shoot you or something, like something that's not deserving or, you know, provoking. I feel like Marlo is like that. Like she has impulsive reactions and responses. And I'm sure she recognized it afterwards. But it's like anger management. Like you have to know how to manage those impulses.
I don't agree. I think she knows exactly what she's doing, when she's doing it, and prepared to do it. Because if that was the case, why not apologize to Kenya? Like after you do it, like, oh shoot, I just did this to Kenya and I'm really more upset with the boys. She's never apologized. She keeps throwing.
I think she did apologize for the mother comment though, when she said that's why your mother.
How many years after? That was a long time it took Marlo to apologize. And when that was like this season, I think, wasn't it?
No, she's done it on Watch What Happens Live, like when she was on
Watch What Happens Live, and I think she apologized to Kenya. But that to me was years ago. She apologized years after, not even like right after she said it, not even the episode after. She took years to apologize to Kenya.
I think
she's still acting like Kenya's the one that's attacking her and bugging her and everything else. She's still saying Kenya's on the issue, not her. So she's not fully taking accountability. But I think when she's saying certain things to Kenya, she knows what she's saying. She knows.
I think she knows. No, I think she knows, and I know she knows it's hurtful. But to me, it's almost like that's why I say she needs therapy. I don't think she really knows. Like she doesn't know how to manage it. Like I don't think she's prepared. I don't think it's premeditated. I think it's in that moment, and she does not know how to manage her anger. I don't think she comes there prepared to say it. I think she gets so angry, like I said, it's equivalent to like when someone steps on your foot and you take out a gun and shoot them. Those are impulsive reactions. Like, I don't think it's like, I think it's in that moment. It's not, she shouldn't go to that length. No. But I think in that moment she does, because she's so like a little pin drop. If you breathe too heavy, it's going to upset her because it's still offensive. It may not be as offensive as you and I can see, but to Marlo, it's deserving of that type of response because she does not know how to manage her anger.
And I think with Marlo, the reason she picks on Kenya because she knows Kenya is doing for a lot of things that's hurtful. As much as Kenya try to play it off, when Marlo says those deep things to her, it hurts her feelings. It hurts. Or it brings back memories she's trying to like suppress, like Mark leaving her or whatever she says to her. Marlo knows exactly what to say to Kenya to hurt her feelings. She knows what to say, so she picks on her because she knows Kenya probably has the most hurtful things that she can use against compared to everybody else.
I don't know if it's that. I think it's really.
Why Kenya then? Why does she feel she could pick on Drew?
I just think it's something. I think, first of all, I think that they kind of similar in personalities, besides them being both Aquariuses. I think that they're similar in their personalities. I think they kind of like see each other. Like I think there's a lot of similarities where it's like they're clashing. And I think that when Kenya like says something to her, you know, some people have harder reaction to some people where it hits them harder depending on the person who says it. And I don't know, for whatever reason, Kenya gets under her skin more so than anyone else. Yeah. And Kenya's not innocent in it, even though a lot of the things that she says isn't deserving of Marlo's responses, but she still does pick at, when she went to Lake Archive thing and she was like, criticizing and kind of critical of Marlo's whole setup. It got back to Marlo. I think it was because Kenya said it. If Candy said it or anyone else said it, they always saying stuff.
Yeah,
but you know who she's zeroed in on? Kenya. I feel like because Kenya, I feel like it affects her more so than anyone else. For whatever reason, I think it's because they have similar personalities. It affects her more when it's Kenya.
It does. I don't know why, and I don't know. And it doesn't seem like she really wants to be Kenya's friend. Whatever it is, Marlo needs help.
Yeah, agree.
Kenya needs help herself.
Yeah, especially after the divorce. That's definitely hurtful to her because she does not want to, she wants to be married. I think she still wears like that wedding ring. It took her a while. Like, I don't know about today, but I know while he was treating her like, not so good. And when they had already filed for divorce, even when she was going to see the divorce attorney, she still had her wedding ring on.
Yeah,
like the whole time.
They all need therapy.
And she still refers to Mark as her husband. She never says ex-husband. I guess because like she's waiting for the papers to be signed. On the road, the cars are picking them up to go to Blue Ridge Mountain, which is Marlo's trip that she organized.
Yeah.
And she sent cars.
The whole thing about them eating in the car, but then Sheree was eating, Marlo was eating in their car. I mean, I would have been annoyed too. You're gonna give them food, but they can't eat in the car. Like, why even send them food at that point? Like, why even do it?
I don't think Marlo knew because it's like she was eating in her car.
Yeah,
but that was nice of Marlo to send her. Huh?
I think I guess it was like a rental.
Yeah, it seemed like they both had rentals though, right?
Yeah, it seems like it was rentals, but it wasn't that big of a deal to me. Whatever.
I would have got out 2 and 8 and been like, what? Okay, you got to wait outside. We going upstairs to eat. Went back. I thought it was considerate that Marlo did order the food from Old Lady Gang, which was so that was cool. Marlo got some nice ways about her.
You could tell she could plan nice trips.
Mm-hmm. So they get to the house. They go to pick the rooms, and they were talking about that part on the after show. And Kenya was saying like she gets like that's just corny that they got to pick rooms like that. Where it's like they doing the candles. It's like why can't they pick rooms dependent on the seniority of like how long they've been on the show? Of course she would say that.
Of course she would say that. Like that. You know what I don't understand? Why is every show there's an issue with the rooms? Because
no, I would want the best. I would want a good room.
I would want that too. I would want that, of course. Everyone's the best room. But it'd just be like so ridiculous to me. So when they're arguing about rooms, I guess okay. But it's like every trip is the same thing about rooms. It's like an ongoing thing.
Everybody wants a good room, and I would be the same. I'm sorry, I would be the same way. We got to do it fair and square. I do me, and when I go away with my vacation homie, we do the same thing. One time we had to flip for it because it was like one room. It was so hot that day. I remember one room didn't have like an AC or something, and it was bigger. And it was like we didn't have no choice because it was like a popular week that week. So there was nowhere else we could go, and we had to flip for it. So it's like it happens. Like we want the best room. That's automatic.
That's true, but I guess they find creative ways to decide who gets.
You got to do it fair.
So what is Kenya's problem?
She was basically like kind of like what you're saying. Like, why do we got to do this? This is dumb. Like, why don't we just do it? Go by seniority. I ain't doing it that way either, especially if I'm a newbie. We ain't going by seniority, girl. Stop.
Exactly. She's on that because I just feel if everybody has such an issue about rooms, get your own damn room, get your own damn suite.
No.
Like, in that case, do that.
No, not when you're on the show. No, I'm going to be up in this show too. And we're going to have to flip for it, play the game, do whatever. So I will be a part of it too.
But with that scene, it seemed like everybody liked their room. There was no complaints.
Yeah, it seemed like all of the rooms were nice. It seemed like the whole place was nice. Mm-hmm. So they did that. Of course, they did. Marlo did it in a shady way with the candles, and she had them like guessing who the candle was attributed to.
It was funny the one with Drew. I thought that was the funniest when Drew thought it was about her.
Yeah.
It was something about gym wear or workout, and Drew thought it was about her.
Yeah, when Sheree is sitting right there with, her whole
I think it was about Sonya. Because remember Tanya with the gold Olympics? Yeah, the candle.
Oh, was it? Yeah, that's true too. Like out of all of them people, like she shouldn't even been. I wouldn't even spoke up and made myself, but I guess she really overfeeling herself. So
no, because she thought it was candles because was for her because she has Drop It with Drew.
That's what I'm saying. For her to think that when you have all of these other like ladies, in the room, like why would you think like you really, really overfeeling yourself at that point when you actually thinking it's you are like the cream of the crop? Girl, stop.
Until I work out.
And then Marlo and her shady fashion, she was like, I think she should have got the delusional candle.
You saw Drew sitting there like she couldn't say anything. She felt stupid.
Yeah, she probably thought about it because she probably spoke up too fast, and then she probably thought about it like, oh yeah, I forgot who was here with me.
Yeah. Oh, what do you think about Sheree and her foot? I was like, what? Your toe got stuck in a boot and went this way? Like,
how did that happen? That's what I was saying. Like, really? Like, because you tried on the wrong, like the shoe didn't fit. Like, what was the problem? Like, it was a bad, like, she's used to wearing heels. So what? Like,
I don't know. Maybe it was like the narrow toe, like the pointy toe shoes. Whatever. I thought it was like that was dumb. But hey,
it was as a woman. It's like we wear heels. Like we know what it's like to put on a shoe that don't fit, and it's like, okay, let me get my foot up out of here. But to be pushing in the shoe and your foot ends up, toes are going this way and that. Like, come on now, like
you wanted the shoes to fit that bad. Like anyway, so I was like, I didn't understand the story. Yeah, so. I guess she was telling everybody to get ready in 15 minutes to go out to eat, and then they all went to the restaurant to go eat. There wasn't much going on in the restaurant there. Sonia showed up. Sonia has like a gig with iFit. So that was like,
remember I told you about that? I knew it. Like, cause she's on my elliptical and I work out with her before she was on Housewives. I worked out. So the guy that was saying like, you doing very well on, this program. And I guess like they did a test run on iFit. And I'm sure she probably got a lot of people choosing her as the coach on their elliptical and track and treadmill. So, and I'm one of them. Like I definitely worked out with her when I first got, and I saw that she was on. I was like, oh, okay, she's Caribbean, she Black, she looked like she's like down to earth, and I picked her too to coach me sometimes. So, and I do enjoy her.
She is a good coach.
She is. She tells you about. I like some of the coaching when they kind of motivational, and she's one of them. I don't know. A lot of them do talk.
It's all on the Peloton?
No, it's on Nordic Track.
Oh, Nordic Track. So I think in this episode she mentioned collabing with her husband.
Yeah, I haven't seen him. I haven't been on it in a couple of weeks. I've been busy, so I haven't. So maybe, when I go further into it, because right now, because I just got it like a couple of months ago, I'm working my way. Like I don't want to be on some like fast-paced advance. So I'm at the beginning. So maybe he comes when I get more advanced. Maybe he's coming later.
So that was basically that she invited him to Jamaica. So that's gonna be an interesting trip. To me, it was kind of like, when she's like, it's a couples trip. I was like, poor Sheree, Marlo, in Kenya. But what are you gonna do? Not have it a couple? She gonna come on?
I don't know. I just feel like you don't. I wouldn't say that like me because I'm more careful with my words, and I come from a psychology background, so I kind of know how to choose my words right. So I'm not. You got to know how to pump up the crowd. Like I'm not gonna be. I don't want to let people down. So the way I would have done it, I wouldn't have did it like that. I would not have said it's a couples trip. You don't say that around single people. And like I would have made everybody feel included. You cannot say something and exclude people. That's one thing I know about from my psychology background, forensic psychology. You gotta be all inclusive. That's the way we live in the world. Like you don't want to make people feel excluded. And I just think when she said that initially, it turned me off too.
Yeah, when she says a couples trip, so. I was like, there's 3 women sitting there that don't have a man. Mm-hmm. Or was that her way of saying you're not invited? Like, it's a couples trip and you could bring whoever, get a date, whatever. And who's going to bring people do it, bring a random man to a trip, but they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have said it like that. I would have said it where everybody feel like happy. Because if I'm single and you said it like that that would have put a damper on the trip that I was like, and I would have been like, oh. Like it would like went down for me from there. Like, okay, couples trip, this is what we doing. And then I probably would have been, like I said, I mean, they still seemed all to be happy. Like I was waiting for the camera to pan on them and it didn't. So I guess they were still all excited about it.
Yeah, I don't know how it feel like going on a couples trip and I'm not in a relationship or I don't have anybody to bring.
I've never been. Yeah, I've never been on a couples trip as a single person. I never so I wouldn't know. I think I would still go, but it would depend because I know how I am on vacation. Like I'm such like an outgoing person. Like I don't need to be glued to anyone. So it's not like I would probably be going on outings with them as a single person and it's all couples. I will be doing my own thing and then meet up with them when I want to meet up with them. So to me, I always feel like I have a good time with people, even when I am single. Like I always feel like it's always a good time with all my friends who have been in long-term relationships. So I don't think I would have a problem with it.
Yeah, but you gotta think Marlo doesn't really get along with Kenya. They don't get along just so it's not like they could be all the couples could do the thing and the three of us could do something. They're not getting along. So when it's a couples trip, we have 3 single women and 2 out of the 3 are not getting along. How are they gonna be on that trip? But we'll see.
Yeah.
But like you said, if you're able to hang out on your own, you don't really care who's on that trip. And it's
I wouldn't. I'm great with making with people that I don't like not existing in my world. I'm great with that. So it would not bother me. They would be non-existent.
Free trip to Jamaica, I'm going. Especially if it's one person who don't like me, I'm getting along with everybody else. Bye.
And I just got my peach. I'm gonna make a show out of this. Y'all gonna see some drama. I'm bringing it. And that's what Marlo's doing. Go, girl.
Marlo is bringing it. Unfortunately, she's using Kenya to bring it, but oh well.
You got to go. I'm not going to be like Sonya going for the easy target. You got to be like Marlo. Go for the top dog. Marlo's doing it right.
Yeah, it's not even sure. It's either Kenya or Candy, and she went after both.
Yep. See?
I mean, she went after Candy behind the back. She went after Candy behind the back.
Yeah.
Kenya, she's going at her in her face. So again, here goes Kenya texting Candy. Is anybody looking for me or asking about me? Oh, come get me outside. Like, why? You don't know you already know where they are. Why is Candy going outside to get you?
And it's funny how Candy said before that segment came up, she said, Kenya said she's not coming, but I believe she's coming. Yeah. But I guess like Candy said, they share the same glam squad. So I know that's how Candy figured out that she was coming. But that was kind of corny of Kenya. I would have never done it like that. Texting my friends like, hey, is anyone asking for me? Or thirsty. I wouldn't be doing it in a thirsty way.
Thirsty, kind of see if I'm getting attention or not. So she waltzes in there, or should I say twirl her way inside. Mm-hmm. And oh my God, Kenya's here. Oh, like I would have been like, okay, Marlo didn't give a damn. I loved Marlo's reaction when she walked in.
Yeah, Marlo was not enthused.
At all. Neither was I. Was like, really, Kenya, you're not Miss America anymore. So stop. Or Miss USA, whatever she was. So I'm trying to remember, how did her and Marlo go at it? Oh, it started about, are you staying at the house? That's where it started. Kenya was like, she doesn't want to stay in the house. Now, how do you feel about Kenya not staying in the house?
Well, she said it in a way, she kind of used Brooklyn as the reason as to why. She said that I don't know if I'm staying at the house because, Brooklyn is supposed to be coming. And it was almost like when they pan to like the confessionals with the ladies, it was like, wait, she don't know where Brooklyn is at? Like, are you serious? Like she was kind of using it as an excuse. Like, yeah. I don't know where she's at.
Brooklyn's even coming.
I think she's coming because it seemed like Kenya can't be without her and she can't stay with the nannies. Like, I'm sure she does, but I'm sure she's coming, but she's not coming. It doesn't seem like she's coming that day. I know it seemed like it was late it was late in the evening when they were out to dinner. And it seemed like it was already a done deal that Brooklyn is not coming. That was established. But it seemed like Kenya still was trying to hang on to that. Well, Brooklyn is supposed to come, but she's not coming. And that's when Candy was like, so why are you not staying at the house?
You know what I didn't like? They were giving Kenya too much attention. Like, in a way, I felt like she wanted people to say, please stay with us. And who cares if she's not at the house? Like, I'm like, whatever. Like, I felt like they put too much emphasis of her not staying at the house. Like,
no, I don't think they did. No, I don't think so. No, the reason why, no, it seemed like that because Marlo put her foot down. And in that instance, Kenya wanted them to speak up for her, but they also agreed with Marlo in a nice way, but they didn't want to say it. It came up that Kenya has another house that she's renting.
Correct. She had.
And that's when they asked her why, and that's when she brought up the Brooklyn excuse. And then that's when Marlo said, well, if you're not staying at the house, I'm just letting you know you're not hanging with us and you're not participating in our activities. And then Kenya says to the table, do y'all agree with that? And that's how it came to look like, oh, like everybody's begging her to stay. Then Candy responded and was like, oh, well, we do want you to stay at the house. She didn't want to say, I agree with Marlo. She basically said it a nice way. She was like, well, we want you to stay at the house.
And I'm like, what's the big deal if she doesn't? Like, what's the big deal?
I agree with Marlo on this. I agree with her.
About her. No, Marlo is different because it's her trip. When you're in someone's trip, whatever they ask or would like, that's you're on their trip. They kind of sometimes even control your time. They have the itinerary. You are on their trip. They are hosting. They want you to stay at the house. My whole thing is, why did anybody else care? Like, if it wasn't my trip, let's say I was part of the group, I wouldn't give a damn if Kenya stay in the house or not. I would not care.
Well, they don't though, but Kenya threw it out to the table. If you throw it out to the table, I'm gonna answer you. When you saying no one else should care, I don't think they really did. But I mean, if you're my friend
Candy cared.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I get Candy, but I think she wouldn't have said anything at the table and it wouldn't have seemed like she cared that much. But it's because Kenya threw it out and said, what do y'all think? Do y'all think she's right about this? So I get why Candy spoke up, not only because that's her friend, her personal friend, but because Kenya threw it out to the table. So now that you're throwing it out to the table, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to let you know, as my friend and as someone who's on the trip too, I do want you to participate. She asked her. I would tell you the truth too. First of all, we're on the same show together. It's a job. Like, and I know what this job entails. It entails us being together. If we get into a fights or whatever, so be it. I'm trying to keep my peach. So come on, stay. Let's bring it.
I agree with Marlo.
Yeah,
I agree with Marlo. But if I was on a trip, I wouldn't give a damn if Kenya was there or not. I just felt like it was another situation for her to get attention drawn on her. But I understand Marlo saying, okay, you need to follow my rules. It's my trip. If I had a trip, I want everyone to be together too. Mm-hmm. But she's not getting along with Kenya. So to me, it was more so, okay, you're not getting along with Kenya. You're always saying mean things to the woman. But then you want her to stay in your house. I think Marlo stating, if you can't stay in our house, you can't be on any of our activities. I agree with Marlo.
Yeah, I do. And then Marlo basically reiterated to her and said, like, you're not staying, you can't come hang with us if you're not going to be in the house. And she was basically like, I get that you hate me, but basically let's overlook that and let's have a good time. So I like the way she said that part. And then Kenya was basically like, I don't hate you. And then that's when she kind of like went into...
When Kenya was telling Marlo how she felt about how Marlo talks to her and the stuff that she says, Marlo's face, when you looked at her, I could tell it kind of clicked. Like, wow, I've really been mean to this woman. I've really said a lot of mean things to her, because her face, she said it, you could tell she felt bad. I could tell by looking at Marlo's face. So after Kenya said, Marlo really exposed a lot. Based on first of all, she was interrupting Kenya. That was so annoying. Like, Marlo could not shut the hell up.
Yeah, it's like, well, just let me know.
But the issue is also, Marlo, so you say things like, oh, you love people and you don't know why I'm hurt. But the thing is, you seem like you're the hurt one. Now, maybe you're not capable of being.
I'm super hurt, Kenya. I believe that.
If I could have just a minute to explain myself without like the rebuttals and the talking, that just drives me crazy because you keep talking.
That bothers you?
Yes,
I don't
because
have to
you
do
just
that.
keep talking.
I'm agreeing with her. I am her.
But can you just be quiet and
I
just
can't
listen?
really.
Okay, if you can't listen, then I don't have anything.
But when Kenya spoke and then Marlo spoke and she said about her insecurities, about her feet, her hair, she knows she's this type of person. I think she really opened up to them and letting them know, look, I'm effed up. I'm an effed up person. And she didn't say, I don't remember saying sorry to Kenya, but she realized that she's not a good person. You know,
I don't think she realized that she wasn't a good person.
She's not a good person.
You're damn right. I have trust issues and I'm up just like you. We both have attention issues. We both have insecurities. I have big feet insecurities, bald spot insecurities, no mom, no dad. You don't know about Micah and William. You don't know when I cry. I'm the one from jail, as you say, from prostitution, as you say. You should lead. I should follow you, Queen. I look up to you. You speak well. You're very educated. You're an amazing mother. We have a lot of beautiful black women that love both of us. And if we don't love each other, we can at least respect each other.
I don't think she realized that she's not a good person.
Oh my God. I think she realized she's not a good person to where she's giving up those kids. That's why, again, she feels like, look, I'm not good. I don't think
she was saying, I didn't take it like that. I took it like she was like basically drawing their personalities together and basically letting Kenya know we are one and the same, girl. Like, stop. Like, I got issues, you got issues.
Let's say that.
And I'm accepting your issues, accept mine. And she's basically was like, these are my issues. And I'm laying it out on the table, but let's have a good time on this trip. Like, you got issues too, girl. Like, don't play it like you don't got issues. And she was basically saying in response to Kenya, saying that Kenya can't love. She's incapable of loving. Her love is toxic.
Yeah, Kenya said that about her.
Yeah.
I mean, that's no lie. That's not any lie.
But Marlo's response was, you're the same way. Like, we both grew up we both have similar backgrounds. And that's the way I took it. I didn't take it like a click that she felt like, oh my God, like I did her dirty, I did her wrong. No, I took it like she really did want her to participate in the trip. And I felt like she was giving her an olive branch. Like, even though she hit below the belt so many times, to me, I don't think she was like apologizing for it or felt bad for it. I don't think she felt bad for it either. I think her whole thing was like, let's move on. Let's make the best of this trip. That's the way I think.
I would be able to move on. I think I'm on Kenya's not my favorite. I'm on Kenya's side. There's no moving on. You know how many times Marlo apologized and did all that stuff with Kenya and went back to doing the same thing? She does it all the time.
Well, I don't think Marlo was looking for like acceptance or like a forgiveness. Marlo was basically like, in that moment, she was saying like, let's have a good time. Like, let's put this aside and let's have a good time. I don't think she was asking for forgiveness. So I think Kenya she was stuck on, and that's what Marlo was saying. She was like, can we stop thinking about the past? No. She wasn't saying to forgive me. She was just like, let's make the best of this trip. Like, we can go back to hating each other after the trip, but let's just focus on having a good time. The ladies are here. I planned a lot of good activities for us. We don't got to get along and we don't got to intermingle, but let's just make the best of this trip and be all together. And that's it. But I think if it's a job, I would. If I'm getting paid, I would.
Well, that's a job I'm getting paid, but at this point, it would be very hard for me to be around someone I don't like and who's always constant. Because I'll be surprised if this trip goes smoothly, nothing happens between her and Kenya. Or even throughout this whole season. I won't be surprised if they go at it again. Because Marlo, it looks like she can't even control herself when it comes to saying something negative to Kenya.
I think so too, but I think because it's her trip and it seemed like she genuinely really wants the ladies to enjoy her trip. You know, when it's your trip, you really genuinely want it to go down and like history that this is like the best housewives trip. So I think she really genuinely wants everyone to enjoy themselves. So I think she will suppress her hurt, anger, whatever she feels about Kenya. I think for the trip she would. And to me, like I said, I'm great at ignoring people and kind of like acting like they don't exist. Yeah. I personally would stay in the house, even if it's not for the job. I would have stayed in the house if my friends were there, Because I would totally ignore. Yeah, if I had them there and I still get along with the other ladies, I would absolutely stay in the house because I'm great at ignoring people. Unless they reach out to me, you would have to roll out the red carpet for me. Then I would pay attention to you. But other than that, I would act like you wouldn't even exist in my world.
Well, let's see. Did Kenya even decide to stay in the house? It kind of like ended.
You don't know. You won't know until next episode. It looks like you really don't know if she's going to stay in the house that she rented that's next to there.
Most likely she's going to stay in the house with Marlo.
I don't know. I think if Brooklyn comes, I don't think she will.
But Marlo also said Brooklyn is welcomed.
Yeah, but then remember she made up the excuse about Candy too. And then remember they panned back to the scene, the editors, the shady editors panned back to the scene where Candy started crying because her kid wasn't there and Kenya wasn't participating. So Kenya made that as an excuse also as to why she doesn't want to stay in the house. So it wasn't just Marlo was the reason.
Well, we'll see what happens next episode. This episode was okay. I mean, it was good to see Marlo try to make amends with Kenya, at least for the trip. But we'll just wait and see what happens next episode because mark my words, I don't think they're going to get along through the whole season.
I don't think so either because it looks like, I think that's where my favorite husband steps in for Sonya when I think what's going to happen from what they showed for the next episode is that Kenya brings up to Sonya that like she tossed the boys out and she says something about the boys. And then Sonya carries that information to Marlo. And then Marlo like gets wind of it. And I think that's when all hell is going to break loose again with Marlo.
We'll see. So this is a recap, the end of our recap for Atlanta Housewife. Stay tuned for our next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And don't forget also to share our video with all your other friends. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Toodles.